just chaired a meeting of the Cabinet where we agreed that the government should call a general election to be held on the 8th of June.
I was going to record this video anyway because I've been sent a little guide from an organisation called Voting Counts. They're trying to get the information to schools about young people voting in elections in the UK. Here it is. The reason why voting is so important is because decisions which affect you day to day get made by politicians. And if you don't vote, then you're not having your say on those decisions. So, as we've just heard, Theresa May has called a general election for the 8th of June this year. You may say that it is pointless voting because nothing ever changes. Well, I think it's been proved by Brexit and indeed the referendum in Scotland over independence and other votes which have happened around the world recently that voting really does count. So I'm actually recording this on Tuesday and Theresa May has just called for a general election on the 8th of June. Now there are also local elections on the 4th of May, including electing mayors in Manchester, Merseyside and a few other places which I can't remember off the top of my head. And young people are the worst for turning out to vote. 70% of over 65s went and voted in the general election in 2015, whereas only 44% of 18 to 25-year-olds went and voted. But before you can vote, the first thing you've got to do is register to vote. You can vote in a general election if you are UK or Ireland citizen, and you can vote in your local elections if you are from any country and are a resident here in the UK. Now, it used to be the case that each household would register everybody in their house, but now you have to register individually to vote. You can do that very, very easily. You just need your national insurance number. If you don't know what it is, then have a look at your latest payslip. Or if all else fails, you can ask HM Revenues and Customs for a reminder. And you just need to visit gov.uk/register-to-vote. I shall put a link in the description. Unfortunately, if you want to vote in the local elections, you may have already missed the deadline. But for the general election coming up on the 8th of June, you need to be registered by the middle of this month. The exact date isn't quite known yet, but as soon as I do know it, I shall put it in the description. But this is also important. When you move, you need to register again to make sure that your registration to vote follows with you. Something I hear a lot from people who don't want to vote is that all the parties are the same and none of them represent me. Well, if you have found out about parties' policies and you really don't agree with any of them, there is one thing you can do, and that is spoiling your ballot, or sometimes it's called blank voting. You can go along to the polling station, collect your ballot paper and either don't write anything on it at all before you put it in the ballot box, or you can mark the entire ballot paper as void, so you can scribble through all the boxes. But be warned, if you are trying to spoil your ballot paper, don't just make a nasty remark in one of the boxes. That could quite easily be counted as a vote for the person that you've put the mark in. There was a case in the 2015 general election where somebody drew a phallic symbol inside one of the boxes, very neatly indeed, and it was counted as a valid vote for that person. It is absolutely vital that you register and you go and vote. If you want a bit more information, then visit Voting Counts at votingcounts.org.uk, and perhaps you'll see this booklet in your school or elsewhere. Pick it up, have a read. Don't let others choose for you. Choose yourself, register, go and vote. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.